We're outside the Bernabeu with Daniel, and we'll be talking to him about the Champions League final. Real Madrid play Dortmund in the Champions League final. What are your, thoughts? How do you feel about it? What are your feelings?
I think Real Madrid is gonna win for just it's casual
Casual.
and it's sad for Reus, but I think there's no way Dortmund can stop Real Madrid. Vinicius and Rodrigo is Bellingham also. They are awesome.
Oh man, definitely they are awesome, and they will be massive favorites in the Champions League final. One player who's gonna be missing though for Real Madrid, who's injured, Tchouaméni, a very important player of the squad. Do you think his absence can, hinder something, can create a problem or something, or do you think we have good replacements?
I think the squad is very complete. Of course, Germany is very important, but have good players to be in place.
Okay. And who do you think would be the replacement? Kamavinga coming in?
Camavinga is for sure. I think is the right position, and there's nothing hard to Ancelotti to do.
Nothing is hard for Ancelotti, as my friend says. Jude Bellingham, he's going to play a Champions League final in England at Wembley against Dortmund. What a season has he had, first of all, and what feelings would he be having,
Yeah, of course, it's the most important stadium of his country, and it's basically his home.
Yeah.
So, of course, he will be proud to win this Champions League on Wembley.
Oh man, definitely. And talking about his ex-club Borussia Dortmund, reaching a Champions League final is never easy. They've beaten clubs like Atleti, PSG, and it's also a farewell story for them. Marco Reus trying to get that big trophy. Do you think they have a few players who could create a problem for Real Madrid?
Of course, there are players that can be created difficult, and Reus is one of them. I think the full crew is coming and playing good games, making goals, and also Sancho. But I think Real is gonna win, and there's nothing more.
No, nothing more. Okay, nothing more. He's very confident that Real Madrid are favourites and will be beating Dortmund comfortably. Before you go, my friend, last two questions. What are your predictions for the Champions League final?
Well, I think in Brazil we have a law called the law of the X.
Okay.
So Bellingham is the X of Borussia Dortmund. So I think he's gonna score one. Also Vinicius, and I think Reus is gonna say goodbye with him and goal too. And I think 2-1 is a good
Okay.
result.
Yeah, good result. 2-1 is what he says. Vinny and Bellingham to score, and then Marco Reus to also have his moment in the Champions League final. And before you go, a lot of, one of the most special Real Madrid players in the last 10 years, Toni Kroos, says goodbye to the Real Madrid fans. Today is his last game at the Santiago Bernabeu. What kind of legacy will Toni Kroos be leaving? How would you remember a player like him?
Of course, one of the best midfielders we've ever seen. I have a trauma with him because I'm from Brazil, and the
7-1
is sad, but I would like him to play at Botafogo. It's my team.
Okay.
But it's gonna be all great legacy he's leaving, and one of the best midfielders ever, and that's it.
Man, definitely. And what does it, people say, like Ancelotti said in his press conference, takes a lot of balls to, retire at the age of 34, where he is the third favorite for the Ballon d'Or, and retiring on a high. Like his last club game will be a Champions League final. His last, international game will be in Germany at the Euros. What kind of courage does it take to retire at the top?
Sorry.
What kind of, courage, strength does it take to retire at the very top of your game?
Of course, it's the best. When you are on the top, it's always the moment. I think it's better than you go to other leagues that are weak and you kind of get underrated because of that. And so retiring at Real Madrid, playing a final of the Champions League is of course the best.
Best way to.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. What was your favorite Tony Cruz moment? Apart from the 7-1 that you mentioned.
That's the worst one. But I think the champions that he won is always great. Like him and Modric is always awesome to see these two guys on the midfield. I don't remember one single moment of him. I think his whole career was awesome.
Yeah, man, definitely. His whole career has been at the top and awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for talking to us. Oh, mucho obrigado.